In a separate investigation involving former President Trump, the Fulton County grand jury is turning their attention to some of his closest allies. Former White House Chief of Staff Mark Meadows now being ordered to testify, along with attorney Sidney Powell. Both of them are set to appear before the grand jury next month. NBC's Blaine Alexander is in Atlanta. So, Blaine, why is the DA turning her focus to Meadows and Powell? And do we know if they'll try to not show up?
Well, Lindsay, good to be with you. You know, she's kind of laid out why she wants to hear from these individuals and what she's hoping to get from their testimony. You know, the DA has made it clear all along that she's going to do a robust investigation, that she wants to hear from anybody who had even proximity to former President Donald Trump and can kind of give any sort of insight into his mindset, into his actions regarding the 2020 elections, specifically here in Georgia. So I want to read from you a little bit of what she said regarding Mark Meadows. Here's what she said, essentially, that she says that the witness possesses unique knowledge concerning the relevant communications between the witness, former President Donald Trump, the Trump campaign, and other known and unknown individuals involved in the multi-state coordinated efforts to influence the results of the November 2020 elections in Georgia and elsewhere. So that really kind of underscores all of it. That's from DA Fani Willis in her filing. Specifically, though, you know, the phone call that launched this entire thing, of course, was the phone call that former President Trump made to Brad Raffensperger, the Secretary of State, back in January of 2021, essentially asking him to find enough votes in order to overturn Joe Biden's victory here in Georgia. Well, she's saying in this filing, Mark Meadows is the one who set that call up. He's on the call. When you listen to more than an hour-long call, you can hear Mark Meadows in that call. She wants to talk to him about that, along with several other things around that time period. Now, as for whether or not they will try not to appear, we've not heard from them yet. We've reached out to them and their representatives. But certainly, if we look at other members of the Trump orbit, Rudy Giuliani, others who have been compelled to testify before the grand jury, certainly Senator Lindsey Graham, who's still kind of in this legal back and forth as to whether or not he needs to appear, we certainly have seen a lot of people trying to push back on being called to testify before the special grand jury. Again, haven't heard from them yet, but the DA has made it clear that she is going to keep pushing and do what she needs to do to compel them to testify.